Hi everyone, how are you doing? My name is Patrick, I'm a franchise lawyer from Germany. Today I would like to discuss with you whether you could use your standard franchise agreement from your home market for granting franchises abroad. For example, in Germany. I take Germany as an example because that's the country I'm from. But you could replace Germany by any other country which comes to your mind. Before we get started, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel if that channel makes sense to you, which of course we hope it does. Now let's get cracking. The good news is that you actually could use your standard franchise agreement to simply grant franchises to Germany, as if Germany would be the 51st state of America. There's a song of that name, I'm sure you know that. But there are at least two topics, which you should consider. First is a practical problem, that's the language problem. Not all Germans speak English. Some of us do, but probably not to an extent that people will easily sign an agreement in English language. It's simply an obstacle. And that obstacle is in your way, because you, I think personally, as a franchisor, you should always facilitate the signing of the franchise agreements. I mean, the franchise agreements are anyway not a means of selling a franchise, but they shouldn't be more of an obstacle than they anyway are. And if people don't understand what they are signing or have the feeling that they do not get every detail, that is a problem for you. That will slow down your expansion to an extent which is not tolerable in my eyes. So you should consider to offer your agreement in the language of the target country, but still under the laws of your country. So it remains your franchise agreement simply in a foreign language. If you create a translation like that, be sure not to use any automatic software translation solution, because they just create rubbish. If it comes to agreements, deploy a real interpreter who is able to create agreements in the target language. But anyway, that's easy to solve, and that is what my recommendation is. Now to the second topic. That's a legal one for a change, and the second topic is about public policy. Public policy means the basic rules of a country which you cannot bypass by agreeing on a foreign legal system. So simply applying, for example, US laws on an agreement cannot bypass some basic rules which apply in the German market. That's not much of a problem because you could still use your agreement, but it could lead, that depends on your agreement, to some of the provisions not being effective if they violate that public policy. Typically, as German is a very liberal market, if it comes to franchising, you won't have much of a problem, but it's possible, depending on your franchise agreement, that one or the other provision, hopefully not one of those which are of the essence for you, will not be effective. So I think it's worth to have that evaluated some more before really getting started. But still, you could do it. Beyond these two topics, it's relatively easy. A couple of things are to be considered. One is the question of the forum. So if there is a legal dispute, where shall the court be? Would you like to do litigation or arbitration? I mean, these are the basics, which you probably have already considered for your market. But if you go abroad, these are to be reconsidered, obviously, because new questions will arise. But that's the easy part. So I hope this was good news. Just go ahead and try to expand to my country. It's a beautiful country and it's worth an expansion with your beautiful brand. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.